Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
as soon as he
that's
starts
what.
to look up,
Okay.
these two
Right.
things,
That one right
and
now.
that's the second
And
one.
we're second. All right.
Okay.
All right. Ready to go. Wait, we just put the volume down. That's it. Ready?
Yes.
He's ready.
Good
There we
morning,
go.
Greg.
Good morning. How are you, sweetie?
I'm very good. I had a wonderful weekend. I really did.
Did you really?
Yes. Great
So
weekend.
should I ask,
No.
what did you do?
No,
Okay.
I'm not going to tell
That
you what I
must be for
did.
another show.
But I had a really nice weekend.
What'd you
Very
do?
full of
Amazing.
fun, going out,
Right.
little calming, a little bit of everything. Relaxation, and it was good. And the weather was good.
I really want to know the good stuff.
Yeah, so it was good. And you look like you're very nicely
No, I
dressed
gotta tell
today.
you
Like
something.
this shirt.
You know, I feel good. It's just today, I don't know. My head isn't on my shoulders because 3 times I came here. Well, I was very close to coming here, and then I turned around. I forgot papers, so I went back to the house. All of a sudden, I turned around and I came really close to the door. Then I forgot my keys.
Oh,
so I
you did that, Valentina.
Yeah, no, I did it 3 times today. And then all of a sudden, when I came in here, I was trying to play the music. So I went to turn the Bluetooth on, and then my phone was off. Then I turned my phone on, and then the Bluetooth went, forget it. Just everything was in 3. Everything was in 3.
See, I'm rubbing off on you.
Everything was 3 today, in 3s.
Well, we got some nice coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you, Susan.
That's it. Thanks, Susan.
Because I was running late too.
Because I was a little annoyed at her. That
I was
she
late.
didn't bring it.
Yeah, I was late today. So
yeah,
I had a very busy weekend, honey.
I don't even want to ask, really.
Okay. So we have a great guest today, right?
Yes, we do.
We have a wonderful new people that have a
Maureen
show.
Curtis. No, wait, you got to tell me about this, Rick. This is a show.
It's called It's Never Too Late. Welcome, Maureen and Curtis.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
And again, where do you live again? I'm trying to remember because you're so far away.
Central New York.
Central New York. What town is that? Like what area?
It's near Utica.
Okay.
It's a long drive.
I got to tell you, I had a really bad experience one time in Utica. I turned around and we were with a bunch of friends. Everybody from St. John's went to go visit friends in Utica, and everybody's in a car. And we were young and stupid. That's what I would say, young and stupid.
That's how you learn.
I wasn't great. I wasn't drinking. I think I had 1 beer. But then everybody was trashed in the car. And I remember my friend telling me that he wanted to drive. And I said, no, I don't want you to drive. Give me the keys. We argued. And all of a sudden he goes, no. So he's driving. And we ended up in the living room of someone's house because he missed the turn and he just went up. Yeah. Thank God nobody was hurt. Thank God the people weren't there. And, the police came. But now I got to tell you, I didn't know. He wasn't a good friend of mine. He was just a friend of the mutual friends that I was with. And all of a sudden, the police officer came and he's looking at all of us, and we're all standing there. And he says to him, who was driving? So I turned around and I said, I was driving, officer. I said, because I know him. But I found out he already had 2 DWIs, and I didn't know. So this third DWI, he would have been done. But I turned around and I said, I know I wasn't drinking. So I turned around and I said, I was driving. And he turned around and he goes, were you drinking? I said, sir, no, sir. And I said, you give me a breathalyzer, I'll walk the line. He saw that and then he asked me, he goes, you sure you weren't drinking? And I backed up from him and I said, officer, if I was drinking, can I do this? And I did a backflip. And he goes, now, you know what? That looks really good. Now put your hands behind your back. I swear to you, right? Listen to me. He locked me up, kept me there overnight. Nothing happened, but he just kept me there overnight. And then in the morning time, the other guy says, oh, so you're the acrobat. You belong in, Ringley Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus or something. But then they let me go. And then my friends wanted to leave me and go back to New York, and they'll come to pick me up because they didn't know how long I was going to stay in there for. And I was like, that's loyalty, right? That's really good friends. But it was crazy. It really was. It was crazy.
So, let's get.
That was my bad experience.
Yeah, we can get started, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to get started. We have, today is National Peanut Butter Day.
Oh,
I love peanut butter.
National
Peanut Butter Day.
And
then we have National. Now, National Pig Day. I don't know about that.
It's you're supposed to eat pig.
No,
or
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It just
if
said
you
Pig
have a
Day.
pig, you're supposed to be nice to the pig.
Dude, I really wanted to get a pig
Well, not me. I don't want no
and put it on
pig.
a leash. I swear to you, look, there was a cool little black pig that my neighbor had. It was kind of cool, though. I'll be honest, you walking a leash and you walking a pig. How many people do you see walking
Well,
a pig?
probably farm people.
What is it? Oh, no.
Like
There you go. There you go.
So let's talk about your show. I love it. Greg is new to it, and I want him to hear all
Yeah,
about you,
yeah.
what
So
you
please
do,
tell me
and
about the show.
how you met, and Miss America, Senior America, and everything.
Well, let her tell a story.
I will, but I
Okay.
wanted to tell her.
Just let her tell a story. Yeah.
I always talk too much.
Yeah, a lot, way too much. Keep drinking coffee here. Go ahead.
Well, I'll preface it by saying it's basically a reality show about us. We have a pretty exciting life. And I'll let Curtis tell you the whole history of how we met and how this show came about.
Well, all right, I'll try and do that quickly. I was out.
You got time. Take your time. Don't worry. We have time.
I was out with a bunch of my friends from a motorcycle club that I was in. We were helping support a friend of ours who owned a bar, was closed down. So we went to that bar, we did that thing. And then after that, I went to Freeport with one of my friends. And that's where we met Maureen. I said, "Whoa, look at the butt on that girl."
That's it.
And then
That's what I'm
turned
talking
around and
about.
She was gone. Right? So 15 minutes later, she shows up and there's a guy dancing with her. It looks just like a leprechaun. And I can see she's trying to get away from him. So I jumped in there. She had no idea who I was. Go ahead, you can tell the rest of that.
Yeah, well, that was the reason I left for a while, to get away from this guy who kept bothering me. And so he swoops in and he starts dancing with me. I have no idea who he is. I just feel this leather vest. And I said, "Whoever you are, thank you." And then when we finished dancing, we kind of went apart. I saw him, well, he's kind of cute, you know.
Love
so
at first sight. I'll tell you.
That's it. I love that. You brought in leather already when you first met. I like that.
Yeah, but he said, hey, listen, I ride a motorcycle. I go, well, let's get this straight. Just from the beginning, I'm not getting on the back of a motorcycle. So just so you know, that's not happening.
No,
So
really?
it took about 2 dates until I said, well, okay. And he puts me on Merrick Road, which is like 30 miles an hour, right? And I'm freaking out. I can't look. I'm like burying my head. Every time he'd start and stop and I'd look next to me, there were cars on either side, nothing between me and the cars. But eventually we had dinner, had a couple of glasses of wine, and he took me back over Meadowbrook Parkway to go down to the beach because he knew I loved the beach and there were no cars there. And it was all quiet. And I looked up, I see the stars. I go, wow, this is beautiful. And that's when he knew he had me. That was it. And just a few months later, I was riding my own motorcycle.
And that was the first time.
Okay, but wait a second. You just said you're riding your own motorcycle?
Oh, yeah. I took the.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, because
Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
biker. I mean, yeah, I rode. Yeah, I love that. I love that. What kind of
became-
bike you have?
I have a Honda Shadow. He's got a
All right.
Harley. Yeah. And we've ridden together over 100,000 miles all around the country.
That is unbelievable.
Our dream was to go. I loved it so much. I started writing songs about it. And that's how my music was born. I started writing the songs about our travels. And on our honeymoon, we went cross country, which was our dream. We did 6 weeks for our honeymoon cross country.
Which brings me back to the peanut butter thing. I found out Elvis Presley was nuts for peanut butter and banana cream. They had this place in
Adrian, Texas.
Adrian, Texas, called the midpoint of Route 66. There was a diner there, and that diner was I'm sure you've seen the movie Cars, a little cartoon
Right.
movie.
Right.
Flo in the movie was really Fran, and that was her diner that we stopped at.
Oh, really?
And I had Elvis Presley pie there.
Banana and peanut butter. Yeah.
Banana and peanut butter cream. Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. So
So wait, how long have
what-
you been riding now? Wait, I'm really,
I-
listen, I got to tell you, I'm very intrigued with women riding because I got to tell you, when I saw a commercial, I was a young kid and I've had mini bikes. You see, I was one of those, again, one of those reckless kids. Very fortunate. I used to ride rice burners and that's like the rice rocket, those really, really fast bikes. And I was the type of guy that I would be on the LIE or wherever. And if I saw like a minivan with kids next to it, I mean, if we're doing like 60, 65, I'd pull a wheelie. I'd pull a wheelie.
No,
I was one of those. I really was. And then, of course, I grew up, then I went into the big bikes, so, but I remember seeing when I had the rice burner, I just remember one time this woman, and we were riding, the club was going for a nice ride, whatever, and we pulled over somewhere, and I just saw this woman, and I just thought it was the guy that pulled up next to her, but she got off the bike, and she just like a movie. She takes the helmet off. She goes like this. I was like, you had me at hello. If I would, I wanted to ask her to marry me.
My
I really
hair
did. I
doesn't,
saw that.
I wish my hair did that. It doesn't do that.
Oh, you have nice hair. You look great always. I love when you wear the cowboy hats.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, I've been writing since '08. We met in '07 and I started writing in '08, and I've been addicted ever since. And that's when I started writing songs about being addicted to writing and the whole culture. I wrote a song called Biker Food because I had a pristine diet until I met him, and we're going to these bike rallies and it's burgers and fries and sausage.
You corrupted her.
Ribs.
That's it.
Yeah. So I put on about 17 pounds the first year or two I was dating him. So I wrote a song about it, and I
like that.
which is on our.
Well, you knew he liked your butt already.
I was
so
gonna
it
say,
didn't
so he's
matter.
not complaining.
Bigger
You know what
than
he's
that,
like.
right?
Look at him, look at him, look at him.
I have a song called Itty Bitty Titty Committee, and I say in that I'm glad he's a butt man because otherwise he'd be very disappointed.
Oh, jeez. Well, when you get to New York, you have to come and sing here.
No, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Yes. So let's talk about the show.
Well, the show is about us traveling around. We always wanted to do a TV show of, following us around on our motorcycle travels. And the opportunity came from the Chapters Rap Network to join their network and start it from home. So we figured what we do is introduce people to us and my music and what we do. So we've been showing pictures and videos of trips we've taken so far and talked about it. And as you know from my songs, I'm Ms. New York Senior America singing one of my songs. I won that pageant, and my philosophy of life, you have to give that in the pageant, is it's never too late to live your dream. I didn't start writing till I was 52, and I didn't start writing music until I was in my late 50s. So
Which is really a great message.
So that's our message. It's never too late. We built our own house up here. And if you show our video, now our trailer of the show, it'll give the audience an idea of what the show is like and what some
And
of
you
the
guys, right, and you build everything, the two of you. You always got a hammer in your hand.
Yeah. Also, we're gonna mention to the viewers that after the show, also you could watch the video. So just to let everybody know, and we'll talk about it again.
Definitely. So talk about what you build out in the backyard. That's how I found you.
Wait, I gotta ask you. Now I know out there you definitely have property. I mean, it's not like here. I turn around, I say, I have a property. I think it's 40 by 110, and it's like an odd pizza pie party. I mean, a party pie. And I always say, going upstate, I'd like to have at least a couple of acres, or I'd like to see deers running on the porch. I mean, I really always wanted to hunt on my porch if I ever had a house that had a porch in the country. But that's you? Oh, good man.
I can't say I've done
we
that.
really became good friends.
We'll come and visit. I'll cop a ride with you.
You kidding me? Yeah, cop a ride with you. That's it.
Well, what happened was he bought the property in 2010. We saw it together, I think, in 2009, and he bought it and he put up a shed, a 12 by 16 storage shed with a second floor. And we used to camp out there in the wintertime too. We'd camp out in the little shed, put a little wood burning stove in there. And then he turned it into a hunting camp in 2015 and added on and put a wood burning stove. It was like a tiny little cottage. And then when we decided to move up here, he and I actually put on 2 extensions. We did most of the ourselves.
That's unbelievable that you did it all alone.
But he's the brains behind it. Right. He designed, well, I want a bedroom here. I want a dining room here. And so that's how it happened. And he just figured it out.
I just want to know the most important thing. Do you gut the deer yourself?
Absolutely.
I help him.
Oh,
come on. Oh, I definitely got to go up there.
Oh,
I got to go up there. You kidding me?
Butcher yourself too.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I went hunting one time with a friend of mine. I forgot where we went, upstate. And he had me sit in like this little, I don't know, what do you call it? Not a trap. What do you call it? Like,
blind?
Whatever. Right? All I know is like kind of little thing. And you sat on the floor with, a little seat. And I got to tell you, I was freezing, right? And was sitting there for hours. And I'm going, this isn't fun. I'm holding myself like this. So what do? I turn around, I go into my pocket, I take a Snickers bar, and he goes, what are you doing? He starts yelling at me. He goes, I said, I'm hungry. What? He goes, the deers came. And then it's true. All of a sudden, when I made that noise, and he heard, like he goes, but I didn't realize that the hearing is that good on a deer.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. But yeah, so I missed that kill, I'll tell you. So, but
So how do people watch the show? Like what's the arrangements like to watch your show
Well,
regularly?
To watch it regularly, we tape every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, 9 to 9:30. And then the next day I will post it on my Facebook page, which is Biker Songs. If you go to Facebook and put in Biker Songs, it'll pop up Maureen Griffin, Biker Mo. And the shows are always there. We have it on my website, it's bikermo.com. I have it under the blog and all the links are there. And it's under the Chapters Rap Network, both on Facebook and on YouTube. I haven't yet been able to get it from his YouTube channel to mine.
Well, it
So,
takes time, all of that technology. But
Yeah.
everybody's getting there a little at a time. And as rumor has it that you're Rodney Dangerfield look-alike or act-alike or something like that.
oh,
Uh,
get it.
I'm glad I don't look like him too much, but I sound like him quite a bit.
you know, you see,
All
I'll go,
right.
you know what?
Give
Okay.
him some Rodney.
You are the first one. Now I could understand and now you can understand how I feel. Now, everybody says I'll get Vince Vaughn, I'll get the voice of Van Diesel, I'll get, everybody loves Raymond. Now I turn around, I look at it, wait, when I say everybody loves Raymond, I look at him and I'm like, that dude is ugly as whatever. I'm sorry. I love him as an actor. Or I would get The Rock when I get really dark, whatever it is, my body, whatever. And I sit there and I go, everybody loves Raymond. Out of everybody to think that I look like whatever resemble him. And I turn around and so look at what you just said. I hope I don't look like him. You know what I mean? And you don't look like him. You
But you
sound like
sound.
him though.
Well,
You know?
I did get when I was younger, before I extended my mustache, Magnum PI.
Yeah. There's pictures of him when he was younger, especially. He looked like Tom Selleck.
Did
When he
you?
was-
Got
Yeah.
out of town.
I
Yeah.
used to bodyguard him.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I lived in Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii for 5 years.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
no
Yeah.
kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
a really nice guy. Really nice guy. I
So
just
you-
never saw. I was like, Tom. I said, the only thing I have to say was when he put a T-shirt on, it was kind of puffy because he was like the hairiest dude I'd ever seen in my life. I see a nice guy, and I don't take anything away from that, but he had like a really mattress under there, and it was puffy.
Oh, really?
But he's a nice guy. A nice guy.
So
But
can
before-
you give us a little sample of Rodney?
Yeah. Give us some Rodney. Come on.
I'll tell you, a rough crowd. All right, take it easy, huh? I'm doing better now. Well, last week it was a little rough. My wife signed me up for a bridge club. I jump off next Tuesday. I'll tell you, the wife and I, we don't have sex anymore. We got undressed. We can't stop laughing.
I love
That was good. I
it.
like that. That was good.
Very good.
Uh,
Well, we have a lot of people watching, actually. They're tuning in. Greg,
That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh my God. When did you learn that you had it?
Oh, people
Really
used to
young?
come up to
Really?
me. Oh, all the time. Yeah. You sound just like him. You sound just like, so then I started doing a few of his jokes and one thing led to another. So we've done interviews on the radio with Steve Vaccaro from Chapters Rap. And he'd always make me do a few lines there too. So, and then he interviewed us on Cablevision and, now we have our own show.
And
Yeah,
Cablevision.
everybody's saying he's fabulous. Oh my God, he's fabulous.
see, everyone's
right,
writing
yeah.
in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
that's
great.
good. That's good.
Cablevision is where we met Ms. New York, North America, like the real Ms. New York. And then Steve found out I was over 60 and he told me to call Marlene Schuss, who runs the senior version of
Yeah,
it.
I know her, actually.
Yeah, and that's how, but it was from cable when we did Cablevision with Steve. And
Yeah.
that's how I got the TV show now through Steve. So it's funny how one person can really have an
Yeah.
impact on your
Very
life.
true. And Marlene she's always after me, but I
You
would
should
never.
do it.
No, I have
that's
one
what I
of the
said.
One of the Breakfast Club members did, and she won. She
Oh,
won. Nancy, the blonde Nancy. She's a comedian.
oh, yeah, Nancy Witter. Okay,
She
yeah.
won,
I-
and she's also part of our book club. She wrote her book through me and Stephanie.
Oh, okay. I crowned her. She was right every year after me. I
Small
crowned
world.
Okay, now wait. You were.
Miss New York Senior America 2018, and she's 2019.
Yeah, she's
That's
a great.
great.
She
That's
just
great.
moved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
New
in
York.
North Carolina. Yeah.
She's very
Yeah.
happy.
Funny.
But yeah.
So how did you get involved with that?
Well, through when Steve interviewed me on Cablevision, found out I was over 60, and he said, "Oh, you got to contact Marlene." And 3 days later, I found, and I'm like, a pageant. A pageant? No, that's not happening. So, whoops, are we still there? Oh,
Yeah, you're there,
and
you're there.
you won.
Low on
And you
chips.
won.
And I
And you were
won.
great. And
One of
then I
my
saw you
fun.
sing at one of the restaurants here on Long Island. And then Nancy was talking about, it's just all one big family. It's unbelievable how things happen.
Nancy's great. She's been so good. And, you know, she kind of got cheated out of a lot of what we usually do. She got a lot done in the few months before COVID. She was on Rachel Ray.
Yes, I know. Yes.
She really did an amazing job for the short time that she had.
I know. Well, because COVID screwed it all up.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did. But you know what? Everybody's still kicking.
I know. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing up there?
Terrific.
It actually, 2020 was a blessing for us. We got to move up here and start the TV show. And now you have me writing a book. We'll see about that.
Yeah, she's writing a book with us. Yes.
Instead of
All right,
writing
that's
my
great.
music. Instead of writing my music.
Now, you know what? I just can't get myself, and even though I try, and I started, I have a little tape recorder in the car, and sometimes you just try and talk your thoughts into it.
Right.
But then every time I'm getting ready to do that, my phone rings. Then I put it down and I start on the phone, and then by the time I remember, it's already too late. I'm in bed.
Well,
It seems to be going on
when I write-
constantly.
when
I should put
write-
it around my neck.
There you go. When I write my songs, a lot of times I'll honk to him and say, pull over, because I get it. My ideas come when we're writing. So we pull over and I always have paper and pen with me, and then I'll jot down the ideas and we'll keep going.
Are you
Sometimes
serious?
just-
That's terrific.
Yeah, that's how I
Wait.
write them at the time.
I'd be like, listen, honey, I'll meet you later. You go pull over there. no, I'm kidding.
Well, actually, it's a good
I'm
time to
kidding.
introduce one of my songs, Grand Ole Opry. It's on my latest album called Bikers Anonymous, When You're Addicted to Two Wheels. And the song is Grand Ole Opry, and tell them about how the song came about from our honeymoon.
Well,
Which
on the way back, after we did the Rockies, we did the Tail of the Dragon, and we were in Tennessee. So I know she always wanted to go to Grand Ole Opry. I said, just follow me and stay close, because I knew we were going through a city and there's going to be more traffic. So then once she's on the way there, she saw the signs, and we were going to go watch the show at the Grand Ole Opry. But that night, of course, there wasn't a show. However, they did have a backstage tour.
And I said, I got to see the theater because I'm going to sing there one day. And we took a backstage tour.
Where we
And-
got
How was
to
it?
stage. Oh, it was fabulous.
And I sang a verse from one of my songs, so I could say I sang on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry.
And there was only
Great.
one woman with us too, so we had extra time.
In the tour. Yeah. And so I wrote a song about that experience. And in it, we used videos and pictures from that day. It's all from that day. And that's what you're going to be showing.
That's
So what's
great.
your favorite song that you
That
wrote?
That
Huh?
one.
That
I
one.
like pack. He wrote a song, Packing for a Bike Trip, remembering that our first motorcycle trip, she says, well, where do I put my luggage? So I,
A 3-day camping trip. 3-day camping trip.
so I pointed to my saddlebag. I said, that is your luggage.
One saddlebag. I'm like, it's, you know, like that. So I was thinking, it took me forever to pack for that trip, because what don't you take? You know, the
Yeah.
That's gotta be
slippers,
tough.
that,
Yeah.
you know, it was this, you know, the boots you're wearing and a pair of sneakers,
That's
a couple
right.
of t-shirts and underwear, and that's it. Not even the
See,
electric.
but I got to tell you, if you rode on the back of my bike, I'd have to tell you, take the sneakers off. See, a real biker doesn't use sneakers.
No,
I gotta
no,
tell
I'm
you,
talking
if you
about
don't
when we got there. No.
Oh,
boots
okay.
on.
I'm sorry. Because I turn around. I don't care how beautiful you are. I'm like, no. You know what? Take them off and be barefoot if you have to. Because you
Yeah,
know what?
no.
You know what? I see all these kids. That's what it is. You see these
Yep.
kids. And you know what? It means a lot, and I definitely understand. It means a lot to really take so much pride in your bike and what you believe in and all that good stuff. And I'm an old school guy, and I remember I would ride with sneakers on a rice burner because it was no big deal. But
No.
once you got on a Harley, and I remember when I was younger, one of these, there's another one from another club, and I was, you know, a kid, and I'm riding in sneakers, and the guy pulled me over, and he was a pretty well-known guy, and he goes, "You ever put those sneakers?" He said a lot of like bad words to me. He goes, "You ever put sneakers on a bike like that?" And he goes, "If I ever see you, I'm gonna whatever." And you know what? I gotta tell you something. I feared this guy every time I rode, even though I did take my boots. I mean, I had boots on, but every time I would ride, I'd see motorcycles. I was like, "Oh my God, is it him? Is it him?" And I used to get so scared. You know what I mean? But then I understood the logic of it and stuff. Just like when they have, what was that show? Sons of Anarchy, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But
And
then,
they
you remember
were
all-
big.
yeah,
Right.
they had. I was like, wait a second, you got guys riding with sneakers, and I'm like, that's not real, biking,
So our first date, she shows up wearing shorts and sandals.
Because I wasn't getting on the back of his bike, that because he had told me you can't get on my bike unless you have over the ankle boots.
Oh,
Are you serious?
you
Oh,
figured it
yeah.
out.
So I
That's
showed up
it.
in shorts and sneakers.
Absolutely.
I'm not getting on the bike. We're taking my car. That's it.
Well, I guess you won, Curtis, because look what happened.
Oh, I got a lot more than I bargained for. Are you kidding?
You got a
I've been
beautiful
riding my whole
staff.
life. She wants to ride more than me sometimes.
That's
You know,
funny.
hey, I got to build the greenhouse. I got to build the extension. I got to put the moldings up. Hey,
I want to ride.
I
Well,
tell
we
you,
have-
I can't wait to read the book. It's going to be great.
We have a song called She's Too Busy Riding. And what happened was we don't have time to wash the bike because you can either wash it or ride it. So very seldom does it get a good, a washing, maybe once a year, maybe twice a year.
I washed mine when we got married.
Yeah, he did. when we got-
Did you go to the church on the motorcycles?
We
Oh,
came
yeah.
off from the church to the reception on the bike.
How cute. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I hopped on the back of his. I couldn't
Oh.
ride with the long pink skirt. It would have been full of oil. So I hopped on the back of his to go from to the
Oil.
reception.
What do you say?
Well,
Look at it, look at
dirt
I
or
cleaned the
ride.
bike.
No, I rode my own.
Now,
It was-
I gotta ask you, if you don't mind, can you sing, I don't know, just a couple of choruses, a cappella? I mean, if you don't mind. Not
Oh,
not that
yeah.
I should put you on the spot, but
Okay, she's too busy riding to ever keep it clean. While you're so busy shining yours, she's riding her machine. While you're cruising bars and showing off the highways where she's seen, she's too busy riding to ever keep it clean.
I
Now
like
that's
that. Good. It's
good.
nice. I like that. I like that.
Very
So it came
nice.
about because we came back from a trip and she brought it to our mechanic. And in
For
the
an oil
shop,
change.
in the shop was this guy named Mike. He had his bike all pristine and shiny, chromed out. You know, one of those bar hopper bikes,
Yeah.
And he made fun of her.
Yeah, he said to me, "Don't you ever wash that thing? It's a disgrace."
Oh my God.
And so
So our buddy Terry stuck up for her. She said she's too busy riding the bike.
and the guy's face just dropped.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. The mechanic's a friend of ours, and they go, "She," without missing a beat, "she's too busy riding hers."
I love these bikes. Oh, I'm a biker. I'm a biker. You go, all right, let me see your bike. You look at the odometer, it's got 3,000 miles on
Right,
it.
right, yeah, there you go. Right.
You know,
When you have
Yeah.
20, 30 miles, talk to me. You know what I mean? Riding on a bike.
Yeah, so we
In
actually,
a couple of years.
made a music video out of that song. Also, it's called "She's Too Busy Riding," and you can find me on YouTube.
Is that on YouTube? That's
Yeah.
on YouTube?
Yep.
To find me on YouTube, you go Maureen Griffin Biker, and my song should pop up when you check
Okay.
YouTube. Maureen Griffin Biker.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
we have.
Oh, gosh.
I think we have
So
8 of
much
them.
information. That's great.
What is it? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
we have 7 or 8 music videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got 30 songs, 3 albums of
That's
original.
great.
And then one is actually a gospel, which is really nice too.
Because my roots are singing in church.
She sang the Ave Maria at our wedding. And
Oh,
that was amazing because I finally got to turn around when she started to sing and the church filled up. They were standing room only. And then she started to sing. I saw everybody's jaw drop because they didn't really know that she could sing. And the way her voice resonated in the church was just amazing.
My background, I studied with a couple of opera singers. So for me, singing country or rock is tricky for me. I had to really retrain my voice to do that. But that's the kind of music that came into my head. I was channeling John Denver. So
well, you
John
guys.
Denver. Boy, I haven't heard him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, what is it? What is the most popular one? I remember my mother would
thank
play.
God I'm a country boy. And my
Was
song
it that one?
is-
And Rocky, was it Rocky Mountain?
Rocky Mountain High.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
yeah. I
yes.
see when my mother would play that
You
damn
love
thing.
that?
Yeah, she'd play that thing over and over. And I'm
Well,
like,
the
no.
way I started riding was because I didn't have a radio on my bike. And we were going to Myrtle Beach and he's up ahead of me, bebop, and he's listening, he's got the fairing with the radio. And I usually sing to myself and I couldn't get that song out of my head, but I didn't know all the lyrics. So I started making up my own. And that's how I started writing songs. And that was the song I sang at the pageant. Thank God.
And you
Thank
never,
God I'm a
you
biker.
Okay. And you've never written before?
What, written songs?
No, songs, yeah. When you were younger or anything?
I wrote 2 songs when I was in high school, but you know, that was it.
Right.
And it just came to me. And then I started, you know, putting words to other melodies, and I started writing my own melodies, and one thing led to another, and that was that. And that's part of our story too, because we decided at one point, I wanted to do it full time, and we took a big chunk out of our savings. And we just said, well, we can, you know, retire comfortably in a few years, or we can take some of the money and really have a blast for 3 years and give my music a chance. And we decided to do that.
Under
Which is
one condition,
terrific.
Yeah,
she has to say yes.
to every opportunity. Because I'm the, oh no, I couldn't do that. Oh no, sing. Oh, no.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I ended up in the pageant, because my first reaction was, there's no way I'm pageant material.
Right.
Okay. Yes,
And we
and-
co-hosted the radio with Steve, and yeah, that's how it all came about.
Yeah.
You had to say
Things
yes.
happen.
That's
One
good.
thing leads to
That's
another.
right. That's
That's
right.
right.
And I'm so glad that you came on, and we're going to be showing everything, you know.
Yeah,
that-
definitely right after. So,
Yeah.
and
Thank
for everyone to stay tuned. As soon as the show's over, we'll have it on our page so everybody could watch. And again, it's the YouTube. It's, what is it now? YouTube address?
YouTube, you go to Maureen Griffin Biker, and my page should pop up. It's under Maureen
So
Griffin.
you have a
but-
lot on your page, huh?
Huh?
It sounds like you have a lot on your page.
YouTube has about eight videos, but if you go to Biker Mo is my nickname, MO. So if you go to bikermo.com, they're under the video section there, and you can check my
You get
blog.
the rest of the music there too.
You know, all the music's there. You can get links to my music.
Now, Curtis, you don't have a page, Curtis?
I have a Facebook page, but I just dabble with
Listen,
it.
He's-
I got a Facebook page.
You know, our TV show again is on YouTube with Chapters Rap under It's Never Too Late. So that's an easy way to find it too. You can get it live there, and then you can get the previous shows as well.
Right, that's on YouTube. The Chapters Rap Network. It's never too
Right.
late on that. That'll be if you want to watch live too. You can watch. it.
Right. Well, I definitely want to thank you guys for being on the show. I mean,
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Great.
coming.
yeah,
Having
when
us.
you guys definitely come down, please come give us a visit. Let us know when you're coming down. Definitely
Will
love
do.
to have you on the show.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
and don't forget when you wanted that, your book is going to be
That's right.
working with me, and we could actually.
Oh,
get a
aren't you
beautiful
lucky?
place.
Lucky you.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Sounds
Can I have
it's
some
gonna be-
vodka or something in this one here, please?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Thank you so much. I'll
No,
be in
but thank
touch.
you.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
us.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I'm
Turn
gonna
up
give a quick.
the-
I'm gonna give a quick shout out here. I got a few people that said I want to say, Greg Glacier, good man you are, Greg. How are you? Stacy, Jenny A, Jenny C, Saba, how are you? Carlton, Richard, my cousin, he's the best. Douglas, hey buddy, what's going on? Of course you say bacon. Mary, how are you, hon? Stephen Gaffner, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for calling me all the time when I needed you, and you supported me when I was sick. So thank you very much. And then we got Rosemary Gridley. Anya, slacking off. I got to tell you, you're always one of the first ones, but I'm going to forgive you.
We have, here's that extension.
We have, I'm sorry, then we have Maria Granado. How are you? Therese, how you doing, hon? Oh, that looks kind of, oh, great. Thanks, honey. And Sam, you got to watch more often. I know, you know what? You only come up once in a blue moon. And then Denise, how are you? Johansson. And we have Patricia. Patricia, how are you? Oh, now all of a sudden you come on the show, for crying out loud. I haven't heard from you like 6 months. And then we had the residential artist. How are you, honey? Can you draw a picture, by the way?
Sure she can.
Okay, thank you, honey. All right.
Of course she can.
Nikki, how are you? Jerry Ferretti, hey buddy, what's going on? Carrie Ann, how are you? Then we have Beatrice. Beatrice, love. She's like the most loyal club fan I have here, I'm telling you. And then Richard again. Oh, I'm sorry, Richard, I'm reading you. And then Carmen, how are you? And then Phil. See, Phil, you're another one. You're really slacking off also. Where's your brother, by the way? Tell your brother I said hello. Other than that, I have, again, some others in case I missed you. I'm really, really sorry. So let's go.
So let's introduce Ms. Beth Roos. Did I say it right?
You did. You were hooked on phonics as a kid.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
this is true. All the
He
way
was hooked
from,
on a lot of other things. Not
yeah,
phonics.
well, Cuyahoga National Park in Ohio.
Yes, that's correct.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. What a blessing.
Yeah, we're very good to have you. I'm looking at all the things you do. The first thing is you're very involved with animals, right? In this forest. Okay, I saw your website.
All right, so you got to tell us, Lori, you're very active with animals in the forest. Okay, it doesn't sound right. I'm sorry, but
It does not sound right. The forest
really, for
guard.
me, I really want to know. What is it?
You're funny. First, before I start, I just want to say, since it's National Pig Day, one of my books is.
You are no joke. You are no joke.
I wanted to show you that.
Oh my God.
But my books center in the Cuyahoga, all my books center around the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And yes, they are called the forest, the creatures in the, two of the creatures in my books center around the forest. And so they are considered forest guardians. And that would be the hairy men of the forest. So better known as Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Here in Ohio, it's the Ohio grassman. Also in folklore, and I think New York has these as well, is the Pukwudgie, which are shapeshifters and tricksters. So they are also in my book, along with aliens too. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're obviously an animal lover.
I am, as you can see, the horse.
Yeah, I'm looking at the horse in the back.
The horse.
And what is that
Yeah,
on
I
your
grew up
right?
with them.
What is that on your right? The poster behind you on your right.
Those are drawings by Marion Ross, who's a Native American, and they are a fox, a raccoon, and a bunny. Or I mean, yes, and a bunny. So she paints, and I love her work. So I have her paintings throughout home.
So let's talk about the book about the White House that's coming.
You know, everybody loves that book. Along with the Forest Guardians, I have another one coming out called Blues Wars. I also have one, a series of Bat Masterson.
That one's interesting too.
I love the West. It's New West meets Old West, but I will say that the White House book is really it starts centered in the park. There is a star in the Orion system that is really going supernova. And as I started writing the book, people, I'd give them segments to read and they would say, "Oh my God, you know that's true, right?" And I would go, "No way." And so it got to the point where I would go, "Oh my God, I'm not writing anything else. This is getting too creepy," because everything I'd write was actually true. And I'd never read it. But so what we're doing is the code, the White House code is the scientists are looking to activate the planetary defense system, which that code has been lost. However, past presidents hid it in the White House, China. Unfortunately, I have a few connections, and I have some of the White House China on loan. And
I saw the photo. Yes, I saw it.
One of those is, and I have white gloves on.
Oh, how pretty.
George Washington's plate. So he ate off this plate.
Really?
And so
Really?
some of the code are elemental. So gold is an element, number one element. So that would be part of the code as a number one. There's 15 states on here. And so that would be a code. There's 15 points on the starburst, which would also give it a code. And that is a snake, and it's swallowing its tail, which means cyclical life. So somehow that has to fit in as well. So this is this is actual George Washington, China. I also happen to have.
Now, you know he was a Mason, right?
Yes, I'm an Eastern Star.
Oh, okay. I'm a 32nd.
Okay, good deal. So I have.
I knew I loved you.
I have Thomas Jefferson. This is his cup, and so he uses the shield. But and I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. There are Templar crosses on it. Illuminati. So Knights Templar, Illuminati. So, that all contributes to the code they're looking for to crack, to put in the planetary defense system to activate it so that that star-going supernova does not take out the planet Earth. So we have to have that code. And of course, in the end they do, but and just as an example, when I was telling you how creepy it was, when I was doing this and putting it together and people were reading it saying, that's true, and I was just going, these people are conspiracy theorists. This is a fiction book. Fiction. But then someone sent me this, and I didn't know it was coming, but it is a guardian of the high frontier, which is the Air Force Space Command. So they sent me this little button to have so I could be part of the Space Command.
Wow, that's great.
Isn't that great?
Terrific.
The other thing in the book is it talks about dark matter. And I, again, did not know that there was an agency out there that dealt with it. And this is the Order for Dark Matter and Dark Energy, which we use in the book to help it implode into a black star, the planet that's going supernova. So it kind of all fell in place. And, I've had a good time writing it. And, I'm already getting people saying, can you come show the China? And I was like, well, if you're willing to pay for 4 armed guards and sign a contract that you'll replace $500,000 worth of stuff, yeah, I'll be right there. So it's been interesting writing this book for sure. And there will be.
You sound like you really love what you're doing.
I do love what I'm doing. I mean, I started my career as IT, information technology, and my last job was CIO for Fruit of the Loom. So this was much better.
First you have to say, look, the most important thing is that you were an Eastern Star. Okay, that's the most important.
Well, I did that for my grandmother. My grandmother and grandfather, they were both, he was a Mason, he was a 33, and then my grandmother. And before she died, she begged, there's eight siblings, if one of us would join Eastern Star, or it started with Rainbow Girls. And I was like, I don't have time for that stuff. I'm in school, I'm working, I got kids, no. But so about a year before she died, she asked me again, and I was like, oh Lord. So I went and joined. So I could say I'm an Eastern Star.
All
right, but when it comes to Fruit of the Loom, do you have very nice underwear or what?
All right, you see, I didn't ask that. I didn't see.
I don't wear.
Okay.
I had the ability to see things I wished I could unsee, such as workers that are 8 years old. And that was, watching third world countries and kids working it was too much. So no, I don't.
You don't have that kind of underwear. Okay. Anyway, just a joke.
But I will tell you also, yesterday was Tooth Fairy Day, and I happened to have a animated film I did called Jimmy Paul the Pug Tooth Fairy. So when you started clipping off what you
and you were on a mission running around your house, throwing books.
I was like, oh, thank God I muted and have no. I also. Red Penguin has my book series, the Elf Sparkle, and I have 2 animated films.
Wait, but you didn't show anything about the Masonic. You didn't show any Mason things. Look, really, you better start pulling something right now to make me feel better, Miss Eastern Star.
I'm so sorry.
God almighty.
Hey, here's my 2 books that are currently out. The Forest Guardians and A Matter of Humanity.
Yes. That's love book, a love story, right?
Yes. Kinda. Well, it's 3 different stories in one book.
Right.
This one is the Cuyahoga Valley, Christmas in the Cuyahoga Valley. And this is about a lost boy, and of course, he meets Sasquatch. But at any rate, those are the two that's out. And I have to say, while I loved writing the White House Code, my favorite to write about is Bat Masterson. My dad,
Really?
Bat Masterson, and he just passed away last week, and he's on his dying bed. He said, "Are you going to write me into Bat Masterson and Wyatt Earp?" And I was like, "Are you?" I actually laughed when he said it. I thought he was kidding, and then he says, "No, really." And I was like, "Okay, do you want to be a good guy or do you want to be a bad guy?" And he goes, "Well, that Wyatt Earp was nothing but a killer." And I was like, "Okay." So it was a little shocking. I'm started another book, a Bat Masterson book, and have put him in it. So I hope you're watching, Dad. So,
Yes, I saw the cover. It looks so, I love the cover.
yeah, the cover I sent you is just like a temporary cover because, as you know, Red Penguin Book does the covers.
Yeah.
I get my suggestions. I send her, fortunately for me, I have a sister in Texas that is a couture designer. And so she does all sorts of photography with her gowns. And so I call and tell her what I'm writing and tell her to make a gown and come and shoot it for me. So it's been fairly easy.
But how do you rest? When do you rest?
I'm a structured person and have a schedule I follow. And, I've taken that from my work with, Fruit of the Loom and NASA and such, and kind of rolled that into when I did films. I've also have some with Maureen. All my films are original music, and we recorded them all in Nashville. The guy who recorded the studio, I use Piano Productions. He has been on the Grand Ole Opry for 32 years, so he knew everybody, and so all original music. They've been nominated for 7 first-round Dove Awards, which is Christian Music Grammy. And and then the films, the Elf Sparkle films, all are have Dove Awards. So I like music as well. I like original music. So I kind of stuck with that for my films. I did I produced 3 reality shows, Cooking It Up with Lulu Roman from Hee Haw. She was a blast to work with.
From Hee Haw?
Yes, yes.
Whoa,
and then,
okay. How about with Mr. Ed?
She was so much fun. She's funny. And then we did Kids Take Nashville, which was kind of like The Voice, only for kids. And I never want to do that ever again. So it's the kids were okay. It was the parents. Oh,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
My blood pressure goes up 20 points just thinking about it. So we filmed that at TBN in Nashville, and that show, 7 of the artists were also nominated for Dove, including New Artist of the Year. So, it pays to take your time and to write your own music. And that's what worked for me. So, and then I transitioned from writing scripts to writing books.
I got to ask you, do you live in a house or an apartment by any chance?
I live in a house.
Okay. You have a lot of books there, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I could tell. I don't know why, but I feel you have
when my dad passed away and we cleaned out his house, he had so many wider Bat Masterson book. I was like, I better read some of these. Maybe I can, get turned on to some of the landscape descriptions that Louis L'Amour and Zane Grey used, which I plan to. I mean, they are prolific at how to describe crags and cracks in the granite and, cascading waterfalls and all the colors.
That could be like an LSD trip, but
I had to look up names or words because I had no idea what they were saying. I was like, oh my God, how can you read this? And they can't spell either. So just that was, they were spelling as cowboys would pronounce it. And that took my head a bit to get used to, because I just never read Westerns. I was not, for me, the Western champion was Roy Rogers. It was about the furthest thing.
Cool. Come on, Roy Rogers.
Listen, the only thing I like about Roy Rogers was that roast beef sandwich, okay? It's the
Well,
only
there you
thing I like about it.
I like you.
There are still a few, but not around here. There might be one or two left.
Really?
I think there might be one or two left, maybe.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I'm not a big fast food eater, but
It was cheap.
yeah, it wasn't even that. It was just
It was
roast beef, hot roast beef sandwich was good.
It was good. And I used to do that with my mom. I took her up there once a
Now,
week.
one thing I got to say, it's like jumping off a little bit off the subject here. The Cracker Barrel thing.
Oh,
All right,
Cracker
I
Barrel.
don't see what's so big about it. All right,
You just
got
have to go.
Yeah, but for what? You got things, whatever. They're selling some trinkets, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and
You gotta go. You
Food.
gotta buy the stuff. You
What do you
have
gotta buy for?
they have a delicious muffin there, coffee, and it's on your road. On the road, you gotta
I'll
stop
keep
at
that
Cracker
in mind.
Barrel.
Now I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, you better go
must.
once.
You must.
Really?
I love it there.
Are you
I do. I
serious?
love Cracker Barrel. Yeah,
And
I do.
Christmas at
And
Cracker
Christmas.
Barrel. Forget about it.
It's a restaurant and
It's
and a little
beautiful.
stall.
No,
Oh.
the Christmas time is gorgeous.
And they carry the best candles that do not produce soot. So I love their candles.
I got to remember that. I got to get the candle that doesn't produce soot.
That's
So-
I'm gonna
right.
mark that
So
down.
how do people find you? And you know,
Well, I'm on Facebook, so you can find, just go type in Beth Roos. I friend everybody. Also, Beth Roos Books and Films is on there. All of my films are on Vimeo. I am on IMDb because I've produced and directed so many films. So you can find me Vimeo, YouTube. You can find me on Red Penguin's site, obviously. So there's lots of ways.
so what's your favorite book that you wrote? Do you have a favorite?
I do. I think that it would have to be The Hornet Queen. And that has to do with this same scientific group is in pretty much all my books except for the kids' books. And the one does DNA CRISPR technology. And so he decided he would cross one of those dangerous hornets, those killer hornets, with human DNA to see what would happen.
Oh.
Bad things happened. So,
I'd hate to see what that male bee would look like.
Jeez.
well,
And
it was
it's not wearing
female.
Fruit of the Looms either, I'll tell you.
No, he's not wearing Fruit of the Looms. You're good. I
That
like
is
you.
something. You have
Oh my
some
God.
imagination. Well, I did a lot of research. I want to know who Lemonade Lucy is. She sounds like she's a hoot.
Lemonade Lucy is Rutherford B. Hayes's wife, President Rutherford B. Hayes's wife. And she was a teetotaler and would not allow alcoholic beverages of any kind in the White House. So she, and she, I wish I would have got her doll out. They sent me her doll that had her inaugural gown on, and a copy of it. It was really elaborate, and they said she was the best dressed first lady. So now,
Wait. Who was the other? With Kennedy.
yes, Jacqueline Kennedy. I didn't write about her, but
They said that was the best well-dressed first lady
well, I mean, of olden
of her
time.
time. Okay, of olden time.
Of
Okay.
her times, so yeah, she just was she was a stern and efficient engineer. How's that?
Okay, okay.
A lot of
But,
different characters. So I'm telling you, you have some imagination.
well, it's easy because I was a Star Trek lover. In fact, Santa Claus in my Elf Sparkle movies is John Delancey, who any Trekkie knows is Q from Star Trek. So
So you're one
I'm
of
a
those, I see, right? You're one of those, okay? Listen, I never realized, like, it was just so funny. Look at this, two people back to back. when we were talking about Tom Selleck before, and Leonard Nimoy, when he came here, I bodyguard him. And I got to tell you, I remember I said, it was at the convention center in the city. And I swear to you, I have never seen what it's like to go to what you call it, a Trekkie convention.
Yes.
Every Tom, Dick, I was probably the only one that wasn't dressed up. And they take it that serious. Was it the Klingons? You had the Klingon guys. And I mean, it was crazy.
I took John to the Eukanuba dog show in Houston, Texas, when we were releasing Jimmy Paul book and the film. And it is, I mean, that whole booth was mobbed. Do you think they were looking at my books? No. They wanted their picture with John holding their dogs. And so
Really?
It was interesting. I had John Provost there too, who was Timmy in the Lassie series. And no one was talking to him. They were all talking to John. That was pretty funny.
Oh my God.
You are
Well,
something
I have
else.
to say, we have a couple of things we have to go over. I'd like to say thank you.
Thank you for
And I
having me.
appreciate it. You kidding me? It was a pleasure. And the next book, listen, Miss Eastern Star, please. And you know what? I want to be mentioned. I want her to be mentioned too. Maybe one day we'll get her to be an Eastern Star.
Oh, do you
Oh,
think I could do that? I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I promise in my next book, I will add Eastern Star. I will
Please,
add.
thank you so much.
I will
That's
add an
great.
Eastern Star. We'll go ahead and put you in as
Oh, thank you.
the door guard for the
All right,
Eastern
I'll go for
Star
that.
ceremony.
Okay. That's like Sergeant of Arms.
Oh,
I'll take that.
very
Like a
good.
sergeant of
That's
arms.
a
I'll
great
take it.
idea.
So
You definitely
yeah.
have to call me up and let me know when the book is out. I swear to you, you're going to see how many books are going to be sold just for that one liner that you put me in as a door guard.
I
Okay?
will. Well,
You know?
I would have said Sergeant at Arms, but people watching, I never know. So I try to keep it, I've been told to keep it plain language.
Well,
Okay.
I think it's terrific. I love putting people together. And you even had some connections with the other ladies and the two couples that were on before. And with the Grand Ole Opry and everything, it's amazing how
That's
it just
great.
connected.
It was, I mean, I had the privilege 3 times to sit on stage with Dan from Panda Productions, and I don't like country music at all. And so then the people came out, I can't remember, I don't remember their names, but it was the people who yodel. And I was laughing so hard, I had to take the book like this. And Dan
that's
came up to me
funny.
from
Yeah, that
behind me and
yodeling,
said,
I'm not into
"You
that
know
yodeling.
you're on TV. They can see you." I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
oh, like this.
That's hysterical. Well,
Oh,
it's been a pleasure. A
Thank you.
pleasure. And I'll be in touch again, and I'm sure we'll be in touch because you'll be
That's
writing
for
another
sure.
book
That's
through
right.
Red Penguin.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Don't forget, door guard Greg with 2 G's.
I
can throw
will
that
do
part in
that.
there.
I
Thank
will
you
do
so
that.
much.
And
Sergeant
we'll
at
be in
Arms.
touch.
Thank you so much.
All
Thanks
right,
a lot, honey.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Yeah, now before we go, did you see this thing on HBO? It's with Allen versus Farrow. With it's Woody Allen against his former wife, Mia Farrow, that he ended up marrying her daughter that she.
It was something not so
Nah,
nice,
it wasn't.
right?
Yeah, my stomach was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy even molested the 3-year-old. I mean, it was just crazy, and I couldn't sleep last night.
I didn't like
really,
it, to be honest
really,
with you.
it really bothered
I
me a
did
lot.
not like it.
It really bothered me.
When it comes to
Yeah,
children,
when you do things like that, you should be castrated.
that's it.
You know what I mean? But getting off that subject, but Cuomo,
Yeah.
I like this. Cuomo's turning around.
Cuomo.
He's getting it. He's getting
He's
it back now.
getting it.
He's getting
finally
it back.
getting
You kidding me?
it. I mean, these women,
That's
that's
right.
it. One,
Yeah,
two,
and then you
they'll
know
be
what?
a third
I
by
felt like
tomorrow.
the Republicans put an ad out. Any woman went out with Cuomo, please give us a
I'm
call.
telling you,
And I was
he's
like, that
getting
was a
it.
great job, guys.
And the women are really
Yeah.
coming out. I'm telling you, they'll
I'm
be a
telling you.
third by tomorrow.
I said, oh yeah, you know they will be.
Yeah.
And then we had a Lady Gaga. They stole her dog. She offered it $500,000?
For her dog?
I would have bought a dog that looked similar to that one and said, listen, it lost its hearing. So maybe if you're calling it, you know what? And if it doesn't respond, it is your dog. Maybe it had a little ear trouble.
Did they
but
find it or
No,
not?
they didn't find that I know of.
Oh my gosh.
$500,000. Can you imagine that? People are putting up posters. I'll give you 3 Pepsi sodas if you find my dog. You know, a stray dog, and this was $500,000. I'm like, whoa. You know?
Oh, they did find it?
Oh, they did
found
find it? Okay. Some little girl. Yeah, but
Wow.
isn't that something? This one girl found it, right? She held that thing for a while before the reward thing came up. This one girl, mind you, she lost a dog like 3 days, 4 days ago. So she had the dog, playing with the dog when she saw that the reward. Oh, I just happened to have you. You know what I mean? I love that. What is it?
Oh, the
Oh, he's
dog?
tied to the pole?
Really? Wow.
Really? So the dog went out there for 3 days, tied to a pole.
Wow.
And you're gonna tell me nobody walked down the block?
It's kind of
You see,
weird.
this is what I'm talking about.
How
That was her
true.
story. It worked really well.
Yeah, how
You know
true.
what I mean?
Exactly.
But
This is true.
anyway, guys, listen, thank you so much for watching the show. We really appreciate it. I just want to say thanks again. We want to thank our sponsors, Katrina Restaurant. Oh, Eddie Sessis sings on Thursday, doesn't he? Is he singing this?
Yes, he's
Thursday? I
singing
think it's
Thursday.
Thursday, right? Okay,
Yeah.
So you definitely got to go see it.
Yes, 5:30,
Yeah,
Castellano.
5:30. Okay, and then also we have Tranquility Spa for all your massage needs. They do great foot massage, back massage, neck massage, and
I'd like to mention Veneeri Beauty Salon,
oh, that's right. That's right.
Jericho Turnpike and Plainfield Avenue in Floral Park.
Right.
Everyone that mentions their name, our name, will
That's
get
right. You get
20%
10%
off.
off. Oh, 20% off. Oh,
Yes,
that's great.
and the hairdo. Look at this. I have a
I
great
know.
hairdo.
And I'm
from
gonna
her.
go for my hairdo soon.
Yeah, and she is great. Her name is Alba. Tell her you saw it heard about it on the show.
That's right. And Oro Puro Jewelers, we want to thank you. Teddy, you know how much we love you. 1033 Hempstead Turnpike. That's a place that has every kind of jewelry piece imaginable. And we have Jackson, you, Prince. Thank you. You always do a great job and appreciate everything that you do. And that was pretty much, that was it.
It was a nice show. It was a
Yeah,
little different, right?
I thought it was
I know
great.
you connected
Okay.
like everything they talked about.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
You're amazing. You just
So-
know everything.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know.
All
as
right,
much
let's
as
just
you.
end the show here. Thank you, guys. All right,
It's all right.
all right.